I've tried to deal with this quietly. I've tried to deal with this nicely, but maybe it's just the pain getting to me, or maybe it's time to speak a little louder. Let's talk, Valiarm, Blue Rocket, whoever. I am a very strange person. In the past, I've attacked people who have done nothing morally wrong, people who didn't deserve it, and I have vowed to stop going after people like an insane lunatic. However, you have done something extreme. You have made me feel attacked. And every YouTuber who deals with fair use or reviewing or let's playing or cover songs or whatever should know the extent that someone with malicious intent could realistically do to you and your channel. I reviewed an episode of the Australian cartoon Pixel Pinky in December of 2014. It was fine for almost a year before the company who owns Pixel Pinky, Blue Rocket Productions, hit me with a strike and sent it down, out of nowhere. I sent in a counter notification, which is a legal action. It is basically there to tell the copyright holder to sue me if they truly believe that I have infringed copyright. Blue Rocket did not sue me, and within the time span of about a month, the video was back up. Fast forward to about January of 2016, where a company called Valiarm claims copyright on Blue Rocket's behalf. On the same video, Valiarm is a multi-channel network that primarily deals in Australia. Now, because YouTube will allow anyone, even random characters, to make copyright claims, and it didn't tell me that this claim was on Blue Rocket's behalf, I disputed it, thinking that this was just a random copyright-stealing asshole. After I disputed it, I found out that this was on Blue Rocket's behalf. Now here is when the story gets fun. First of all, Valiarm gave me a special kind of claim that I hadn't ever had before. I didn't even know this kind of claim existed. They rejected my dispute and said that they were going to take the video down on March 8th, but I could cancel my appeal and save my video from going down. Considering that if you do this, you can never appeal that claim again, I wasn't really privy to doing this. Later on, I learned that with this special kind of claim, the video is still up, and during a copyright dispute, it still monetizes to the claimant, even though you are disputing the copyright's validity. This means that companies, yes, can legitimately steal ad revenue. I made a video commenting on this because it was really getting to me, considering that this was rather extreme. I've never had a video go down due to the same company's claim twice before. You know what else I'd never gotten before? A personal email from a company that I'd complained about. It made me feel kind of special and gave me a warm, fuzzy feeling inside my heart. I was being directly intimidated, boys and girls. I am going to blur out the names involved, and I am going to refer to the sender of this email as Valiarm Respondent, because I do care about your privacy, and I don't want you to get hurt. Hi, John, the email goes. Hi, Valiarm Respondent! In regards to your recent rants about Valiarm and Blue Rocket Productions, first of all, we're an Australian company and Google MCN. Blue Rocket have instructed us to clean up user-uploaded content of their catalog, which includes Pixel Pinky. Not to be too offensive, but I think you're doing a pretty terrible job at it, considering there exists a Pixel Pinky YouTube channel that's uploaded every single episode of the show completely unedited. I mean, why are you going after me when this exists? I'm the guy who talks about one episode and talks over it, boils it down, and edits out clips, while trying to give insightful criticism and painfully bad attempts at comedy. You will have noticed we did actually issue a takedown back in November 2015. All we did was claim the video component of your review, not the audio. This gives you the option to leave the video live, but will prevent you from monetizing it. Yeah, and I also noticed that I sent in a counter notification, honestly quite a hard thing to miss, and my video went back up, and I wasn't sued. Unfortunately, you're not covered by fair use law, which varies all around the world, and the globe isn't bound to just US law and YouTube. Okay, with that statement you claim about 5 different things, and pretty much all of them are flat out wrong. The globe isn't bound to US law and YouTube. Sorry, Valiarm Respondent, but it is. Okay, let me explain this because this has been impossible for every company ever to understand, specifically Japanese companies. YouTube is a United States company. It is a United States hosted website. Furthermore, I am a United States citizen posting a video in the United States. This means that both me and the site are bound to United States law and no other laws. If you wanted to sue me or the website of YouTube, you need to come to the United States and duke it out in United States courts. This means that your representative needs a visa to both work and live here during the court battle, which with copyright disputes can last for years. This means that it's impossible to stop actual piracy, by the way. All someone has to do is go to a country that doesn't have any anti-piracy laws and sprout up a website. Google will unindex them, but the videos will still be there. All these laws and DRM shit is doing is harming willful consumers. The one thing you're right about, though, is that fair use law isn't the same all over the world. I mean, Japan doesn't have any fair use laws at all. Everything is licensed there, which is why Nintendo reasonably thought that their partnership program was a good idea. However, Australia, on the other hand, has something called fair dealings. Even if I was an Australian citizen posting on an Australian website, fair dealing is comparable to the United States fair use law, and it provides exceptions to copyright for certain purposes, including review or criticism, research or study, news reporting, judicial proceedings, or professional legal advice, and since 2006, parody or satire. But the Australian law is irrelevant in this situation, considering that you took the same video down twice by abusing an American law, the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. Could you imagine, Valiarm respondent, how difficult the internet would be to create any content for if you had to obey all the laws of all of the countries, some of which outright contradict each other? That possibility is a ridiculous flight of fancy. But now you know. I thought you should know because I care about you. I can see that other content owners are also rightfully making claims to their video footage. You remind me of someone. You wouldn't happen to know the father of a tall, about 6 foot high cat, would ya? If we're going down that route, maybe Butch Hartman can lay his claim to Pixel Pinky. I mean, he uses the same plots, same setup as Fairly Odd Parents. I say that what you've created is based on his creative work. All you've really done is give it a new face. Going online and posting negative rants on people's social media certainly isn't going to help the situation at all. Once again, I'm afraid I have to find you wrong. You see, I was willing to let this email die quietly. I have been silent for the past 2 weeks, and I could have done this at any time. I waited for the video that came down twice to go back up. If it ended there, no one would have heard about this. No one would know any of these things. However, 30 minutes after that video went back up, Valiarm, the same company using another name, created another copyright claim to try to get monetization. That's right, the same company was able to monetize my video after it went down and back up after a strike, and I am still disputing it. If I was to stay silent, number one, most other people would probably be okay with doing this, and number two, you'd probably get away with it. My advice to you would be to retract your counterclaim. At least this way your video can remain intact and you won't end up with a channel strike. For those learning how to step around cyberbullies and manipulators, this here is a great example. If I was truly in the wrong, Valiarm respondent, why would you give me a choice at all? It's a simple question. If my video did violate fair use or fair dealings or whatever, then what chance would I stand? Why would you give me that chance? People have been trying to lie and manipulate me my entire life. You're not going to fool me. I'm now asking you to remove any negative posts on social media and retract your counterclaim. Then we could possibly discuss a solution that may just mean we remove claim from your video. I'm sorry, I have this thing. You see, here on YouTube, multi-channel networks have this reputation of being notoriously hard to work with and scamming new and naive users on the site that they think are stupid. Not saying you're one of these people, but you know, the association is still there. Then again, you all seem like really lovely people. Really. No, seriously, Americans with a ridiculous constitution are killing each other with guns. I love this. I really do love this. I needed a laugh. Thank you, Valiarm responded. I live in one of the most liberal states in the country, and this just makes me laugh. I guess Australians just don't have freedom of speech. Wow, that country sounds like a terrible place to live in. Gotta deal with bushfires all the time, every animal is poisonous, and even the cute ones will give you chlamydia. On top of that, you gotta deal with oppressive governments and companies suing everyone. But I'm glad you agree with our own government and their crackdown on our freedoms. Fourth Amendment, what the hell is that? Now bend over for your free airport rectal exam. But enough with the joking. If you pull that stunt with the scheduled takedown again, the video is going on private until it goes down. Every copyright claim you file against me, I will dispute. When this game ends is entirely up to you. Valiarm representation, here is my ultimatum. Sue me or leave me alone. Those are the only two options I will accept. If you send me more messages like this bullshit, I will let the people know. And I will keep them updated on everything that happens. Well, I told you guys that I'd keep you updated. During the production of this video, literally during the production of this video, Valiarm took down the video for a second time. They had a claim, I disputed it, it went through all the strike system, I eventually got a strike, I disputed that, the video went back up. 30 minutes later, they hit me with another claim. Now we're fighting it, the video is currently down again by the same company. I'm going to take this up directly with YouTube staff, and I'm going to do something I rarely do. I try not to ask my fans for anything specific, you know, I don't ask them to like or subscribe. They do all of that of their own choice. But something I really want you guys to do is bring this story to YouTube. Bring this story to others. Get the story out there. It could happen to anyone, and knowing these companies, it will happen.